Ukrainian forces hit a chemical facility deep in Russia's Perm Oblast that produces components for military explosives, demonstrating Kyiv's expanding reach into Russian industrial targets. The attack was part of broader Ukrainian operations targeting Russian war-related infrastructure on the 13th to the 14th of September, including one of the largest oil refineries and railroads, said Euromaidan Press media outlet. Drones struck the Metafrax Chemicals plant in Gubakha on the 13th of September, according to Regional Governor Dmitry Manohin, who reported no casualties and said the facility continued normal operations. Russian news channel Astra later identified the specific target: the newly built urea production workshop that opened just last year. The facility represents a significant strategic target due to its dual-use chemical production capabilities. According to defense publication Militarnyi, the plant produces urea, a key component in ammonium-nitrate mixtures that can serve as explosive filling for both civilian and military applications, including artillery shells and mines. While Metafrax Chemicals avoids public ties to Russia's defense sector, its parent company, Roskhim, supplies chemical products directly to military industries. Metafrax ranks among Russia's largest methanol producers and landed the 200th spot in Forbes' 2021 ranking of the country's biggest private companies. Local residents posted footage showing building damage and smoke rising from the facility, located approximately 1,600 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, while Ukrainians' intelligence later confirmed their responsibility for the strike. Russia's defense ministry claimed its air defenses shot down 80 drones overnight, though that number couldn't be verified. Intelligence services simultaneously struck railway lines that Ukraine's main intelligence directorate and special operations forces have now openly claimed responsibility for. The rail operations hit Oryol and Leningrad Oblasts on the 13th to the 14th of September, an intelligence source told RBC Ukraine. These railway branches are critically important logistics links in supplying occupying forces in the Kharkiv and Sumy directions, the source explained. The goal: create major supply headaches that would substantially affect their ability to carry out active operations. In Oryol Oblast, explosive devices killed 3 Russian National Guard personnel during track inspections. Governor Andrei Klitschkov reported Leningrad Oblast saw a locomotive derail with 15 cisterns attached. Governor Alexander Drozdenko called them empty, but Ukrainian sources claimed they carried fuel. A separate derailment killed a train engineer. Russian investigators suspect sabotage in both cases. The Ukrainian army burned a huge column of the Russian army in the Zaporizhia region. The footage shows a column of burnt-out Russian military trucks along a highway. Much has been said about how quickly the Ukrainian armed forces' fire weapons respond to information they receive about the location of important enemy targets. Ukrainian reconnaissance drones are constantly in the air, and the transmission of information, the decision to strike, the launch of missiles and their approach take a matter of seconds. In this footage, Russian soldiers observe the consequences of the attack on their column. The Ukrainian army is now conducting a major operation in the Zaporizhia region, where they have sent a large number of reconnaissance drones. Their task is to watch over the Zaporizhia region and note any movements of Russian equipment, both single and group. It seems they carefully followed the column, waited for the moment, and struck when it was convenient for them, when the column came closer. Currently, the grouping of Russian troops in the Zaporizhia direction amount to about 120,000. However, according to the Russian side itself, such a number is insufficient for conducting a full-scale operation, let alone capturing the regional center, Zaporizhia. Meanwhile, the defense forces of Ukraine have not only stabilized the situation in this section of the front, but have also seized the tactical initiative. The Zaporizhia direction plays an important role for the occupiers in launching an offensive, but currently the enemy has no successes. On the contrary, the armed forces of Ukraine have stabilized the front line and gained a significant advantage in the use of drones and strike means. This is acknowledged by the occupiers themselves in their public channels. Earlier, the Southern Defense Forces also reported that in the Kharkiv and Huliaipol directions, Russian invaders continue to conduct active aerial and other reconnaissance to prepare for new assault actions. The attempts of the Russians to expand the boundaries of occupation once again prove that Zaporizhia holds key significance for them. Firstly, it is a major industrial center that contributes up to 15% of Ukraine's GDP. Moreover, it hosts a number of strategic industrial enterprises and defense industry facilities. Hypothetically, in combination with control over the Donetsk region, with its metallurgical and coal industries and control over the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, this could allow the Russians to create closed industrial production cycles.